Hi everyone, it's Chenzo from Reality Art Pod, here to talk about the challenge All Stars 4 Episode 9, titled Waiting for a Star to Fall. Last week on the challenge saw toxicity, drama, and sabotage lead to Tina's elimination and Cam putting Kara in her starless Maria era. Before I dive in, I put a link in the description so you can catch up on my previous recaps. If you like the content, consider liking and subscribing, but let's dive into it. The episode starts with a boozy pool party, and this pool party has everything. Beer pong, flamingo floats, booty cracks, bubbles, Laurel and Nicole getting handsy. Leroy and Cam celebrate both having stars, and they give Flora her props for making it this far.
I'm surprised that I'm not being sent home in a coffin.
Ryan and Derek twerk on Jay and anticipate their impending scramble to get stars. Leroy and Cam prophesize.
Mess around, Kingston might have a little sister.
That's happening.
I was joking.
I wasn't.
It's crazy because this baby has already been born now. Avery opens up to Adam about going to school to take care of her siblings, and she wants to win the game to cover her brother's college housing. Kara is feeling isolated, and she's connected to Jay, Ace, Ryan, and Steve, who confirms to her that the house is pretty against her right now, and are even judging him for hanging out with her. Ace defends Kara to Nicole, who goes outside to fight Kara, where Nicole calls Kara salty, and Kara tells Nicole she's playing a stupid paranoid game.
Keep my name out of your mouth.
Nicole,
Just
Nicole.
keep it out of your mouth.
It's
Why-
in there.
why
It's
you
in there.
obsessed?
I'm choking on Nicole right now.
Not gonna lie, Kara gobbles Nicole here. Kara tells Cam that she's not coming for Cam's star and that she would steal Nicole's, seeming to want to build a bridge with Cam and Leroy. Kara also calls Nicole an idiot, which sets Flora off.
Don't call her an idiot. Cara Maria is like a child that you want to spank and take her phone away. She's just rude.
Flora then tells Laurel about the idiot comment, and Laurel tells she and Ryan that Kara has no social game and relies completely on her physical strength.
Laurel is ready to send that bitch packing.
They head to their daily challenge called Run the Plank, which will be played in pairs in 2 rounds. They have to repeatedly jump onto a hanging ball to incrementally lower a puzzle, then solve their star puzzle maze to release and plant 2 stars on a podium. The fastest pair are the winners, and the 4 slowest are the bottoms. Everyone else are the middles. TJ also drops a bomb that it'll be a women's elimination, which shocks the house. The producers are clearly throwing gasoline on an already fuming drama fire between the girls. The first heat sees pairs Cam and Leroy, Kara and Ace, Veronica and Brian, and Flora and Steve. This group is full of scaredy cats. Flora is terrified, Ryan is crawling, even Leroy is scared, but he snatches his ball. They montage over this with a few hard falls. Flora is jumping and not even trying to get the ball, relying on Steve to get it done. Veronica is trying and comically missing. Cam decides she can't do the jump and quits, disqualifying them and sending them into the bottom. Kara and Ace body their jumping and puzzle, finishing first, followed by Steve and Flora, then Ryan and Veronica. Heat 2 sees Laurel and Derek, Adam and Avery, and Nicole and Jay. This group gets a montage to Upside Down by the A-Teens, a song that will always slap, as they all demolish this challenge except for Nicole, who has great jumps but can't grab her ball. They finish Laurel and Derek, followed by Adam and Avery and Nicole and Jay. TJ declares Laurel and Derek the winners of the daily, and Leroy and Cam, Veronica and Ryan, Flora and Steve, and Ace and Kara are in the bottom, with those 4 women being eligible for elimination. Laurel and Nicole strategize, and Laurel floats the idea of throwing herself into elimination against Kara to eliminate Kara. Ace and Kara talk, and there's a giant bug in Kara's hair, and then she talks to the bug and asks her for advice in the game. Laurel explains her plan to replace Kara in elimination to Cam, which Cam seems to understand since it lines up with the plans they talked about last week. In nominations, Jay is outvoted, with Avery, Adam, and Nicole all voting for Cam and Kara, really setting the scene for an epic elimination no matter what happens. When it's revealed, Kara has a positive attitude about going against Laurel in a rematch after losing multiple eliminations against Laurel in the past. At the elimination, they'll be playing Caged In, where they need to get into a mud pit and navigate balls through a cage above them to release the balls from a hole and put them in their basket until all 10 balls are free. The elimination looks right up Kara's alley because she's small and fast, and when asked for a decision, Laurel looks torn and emotional. Eventually, Laurel chickens out and decides not to go into the elimination. Huge bummer, and Cam is upset and betrayed, telling us that she lost all respect for Laurel for this. So we head into this epic showdown between Cam and Kara, with them both adopting similar strategies of gathering the balls. Kara gathers all of her balls near the hole, and Cam starts moving her balls but left a few at the end of her cage. Leroy tries to tell Cam about this, but she can't hear him because she's underwater. Cam starts moving her balls from the cage to the basket, which puts her to a lead, but she has to go all the way back to get the balls from the other side of the cage. In the end, Kara ends up winning the elimination, getting her star back, and if there was a perfect time for this challenge, Kara got it. There was no beating her at this, and Laurel made the right decision. So we have to say goodbye to Cam here, who had a big return in a really nice way, getting to come back between babies, and while being a new mom, which is really fortunate for us that she'd grace our screens, she was running the game for a lot of her run here, having a lot of allies in the game and being an integral part of the heist of Kara's star. Along the way, she got into brush-ups with a few cast members, notably Ayana and her new rival Kara, with their rivalry being a big selling point for the season and coming to a head here in a showdown between the two, where nobody was beating Kara. It didn't seem that Cam was too invested in winning the season, as she seems to put Leroy winning above herself winning, and the money is coming to the same house no matter what. She did a great job supporting him both strategically and emotionally and set him up for a strong shot at the win in the endgame. Overall, this was a really strong run for her, even though she wasn't in peak performance. She got 2 daily wins under her belt and 1 in elimination, so showing up here only pads her stats a little bit. It was cute that Leroy and Cam joked about having a baby girl during this episode, knowing now that they've already executed on that plan in real life. Killa Cam gets what she wants. Overall, this was a pretty middling episode for me. The challenge looked really fun, but due to the shorter episode length, everything feels so condensed and there's actually so much going on for a 45-minute episode. I'm actually really excited to see what's going to happen with the stars moving forward. There are 2 clear mentalities about the stars that are perfectly exemplified by Kara and Laurel. Laurel said this episode she believes that as long as she's in the game, she's going to have an opportunity to get a star, which I tend to have agreed with in my previous videos, but because they pointed it out at the end of this episode, it felt like they were painting out that that's the wrong mentality. Then you have Kara, who's obsessed with getting a star and keeping a star as long as possible because you don't know what's going to happen. Yes, it can be annoying that she's obsessed with the star and come across as selfish to the other players, but it is the right mentality. Let me know in the comments, what do you think is going to happen with the stars? But that's all I have to say about this episode. I'll be back next Wednesday to talk about more challenge. Until then, have a nice weekend. Bye.